Hi guys, UMyuuki here. So today I'm back with another deck profile. So this time we have the Zorga deck profile. So something similar to a Grand Blue deck, but you're actually playing with a lot of orders, a lot of like magic and spells that kind. It's like Magic the Gathering, but a Vanguard style. Yep. So this is the right deck. So we already have the normal Forerunner. Just if you go second, write a pawn and draw a card. Okay. Next, the Great One. So when you place upon the Vanguard circle, ability once per turn, you can soul blast 1, draw 2 cards, and then discard order card from your hand. If you're unable to discard order, you discard 2 cards instead. Second ability continues as a rear guard. If you use order this turn, discard plus 2k, so it's like a 10k booster or attacker. So next we have the Grade 2. So Grade 2 is just when it's placed onto the Vanguard circle, you can choose order from your draw, add it back to your hand. So basically when you discard the order for his Grade 1, you can just retrieve it back also, or you can discard the order for your right chain, and then you can actually retrieve it back also. So continuous ability, whenever you use the order, this card plus 5k, so it's a 15k attacker. Last but not least, the main Grade 3 himself, the Zorga. So his continuous ability, whenever you play normal order, you're actually able to bind another order, different name order from your drop, and then add the cost together, which is Magic. Yeah. So I'll explain more about Magic later. So second ability is act once per turn, right? You can counter blast 1, choose a card from your drop zone and call it out. Yeah. So that's the right deck. I'll explain more about Magic later. For now, we'll go through the deck. So for trigger lineup, we are playing 4 heals. So 8 crit. And then 3 draw, 1 over trigger. So playing 8 crit because we can't going aggressive. We want to quick end it before we take out anything. And then crit triggers also because they have 15k guard values. Draw triggers, there's cases where we still need the draws to get our pieces or to draw cards that we need. Because the thing about order cards is that order don't have guard values, so we need shields in our hand, so 15k is important, but also we need a bit of draws to get our pieces out too. So there's 3 draw 8 crit, and then the over trigger is really good. So when you drag check it, right, you get the additional effect. Basically you get all of the triggers into one. You get front, so you can front plus 10k, and then you get draw 1, then crit, choose 1 unit plus crit, and then heal 1 damage. Yep. So that's the over trigger. And then now moving on to the main deck. So the main deck, we are playing 4 of the free PG. So it's just if you have 1 card or less, you don't need to discard any card for PG. Yep. And then next is just 2 of these Grade 1, the Praying Mantis. So the Praying Mantis effect is just wherever it's placed, you can choose another unit plus 5k. So the good thing about him is that whenever you call him out, you can just choose 1 plus 5k. When you choose to retire him and then call it out again, you can choose another unit plus 5k again. So it's not a once per turn thing, you're definitely able to reuse him multiple times, so 2 copies is more than enough. Next is 3 copy of this Grade 2. The reason I play more of him, play 3 of him is because he's a constant 15k attacker. So 15k attacker is able to hit your opponent Grade 3 by himself, so 3 is good. Next is 4 of this Maiden Girl. So her ability is just when she's placed on the regular circle, you may pay the cost of milling top 3 card of your deck. So there's cases you obviously can choose not to because you are very close to decking out, or in the early games you don't have enough orders in your drop zone. You can use this effect to kind of like gamble and so-called mill the orders into your drop, and then you can use Magic. So you can use the order from your hand and then combine with the one in your drop zone. So second effect is that you can act ability, retire itself. You don't need to pay the cost for all your Magic, the Soul Blast. So cause there's some cards in these orders that like Soul Blast 2, that's quite heavy actually. Like in a normal game, you Soul Blast 2 is like you can only do it like once. So this card is just there to make it that you don't need to Soul Blast. So we're playing 4 copy of her. Next is just 3 copy of Zorga himself. So Zorga for the Persona, right? Now we go into the order cards. So let's start with the Grade 2. So play this. His effect is that you can choose 2 of your rear, retire it, draw a card, and then put this card into your soul and then counter charge 1. So it's like Shisha Sosei, so you can just retire 2 of your rear and then you draw a card, so charge 1 and then counter charge 1. It's just all in one lah. Yeah. The thing about this is interesting about this, you don't need to play a lot of copy of him. We still play 2 is because in case one goes to damage zone and then you Jesus says may there be light or something. You think that affect the lighting? Definitely did, right? Okay, alright, it's not that bad, right? Jesus say may there be light. Okay, as I was explaining, so we play 2 copies of this because in case one copy get into the damage zone and then we are unable to retrieve it, just we have one more to actually use it lah. You don't need too many of him lah. The cool thing about him, like I said, was that if you have 1 copy of him in the drop zone, right, and then use Alchemy Magic, the Alchemy Magic say that you have to bind him, right, but his effect is that you draw 1 card, put this card into the soul, and then you actually counter charge 1. So in a sense, it's help you build up your soul, and then it doesn't go to waste by being in the bind zone. And then later afterwards, if you want, you can use your other order cards to actually soul blast it out, soul blast it into the drop zone, and then you can use it again. So it's like kind of like an infinite one that you can use. Yeah. So just 2 copies of this order. Next, we'll talk about this grade 1 order card. So it's one of the more cheaper order that is very good to use. So you just soul plus 1. You can choose one of the cards. If I'm not wrong, same grade or below your Vanguard, and then call it out, and then that card plus 5k. So yeah. So this is just a generic cheap order card that we play, so that we can use the other ones in the drop zone. Yep. So 3 of it. And then one of my favorite order card in this deck is this. So its effect is just counter blast 1, and then if your Vanguard is Zorga, right, your front row plus 10k. So having your front row plus 10k is as good as a Persona, right? If you Persona right again, front row plus 20k. That is very rapid. Yep. So 3 of him. And then next up, playing 2 copies of this order. Don't really like playing too many of him. For the idea, because you don't really know what's the top 4 cards of the deck lah. Even though if you're lucky, you look at top 4, you're able to call like your units out, but there's cases where it can be all 4 triggers, you know. For me, I don't really like it lah, so I'm playing 2 copies only. So in fact, it's just Soul Blast 2, look at top 4 card of the deck, and then call 1 out to the field. And then if this is being used as Alchemy Magic also, right, you can call 2 instead of 1, and then those units that are being called out plus 5k. So your grade 2 is just there to actually remove the cost for this. And then next up, we are playing also this Blitz order. So the Blitz order is that whenever you use it, right, you can choose another rear guard. Choose one of your unit plus 5k, choose one of your other rears that's not being attacked, right, bounce it back to your hand. So the cool things that you can do for this deck is that with Zorga effect, right, if you cast any of the magic, right, so-called you can retrieve anything. So you can retrieve your units out to attack, or if you like, you can call your triggers. So you can call over trigger out on the field, you can call another Zorga on the field, and then during your opponent's turn when they are attacking you, right, you can just use the Blitz order, you can bounce back the Zorga back into hand. Next time you can go for Persona, right, or if you know that this turn you are unable to, you need the defensive power, you can bounce back your over trigger, guard it again. Next turn Zorga is effect, you can counter blast 1, you can call another unit out on the field, you can definitely call out your over trigger again. Then you can use it guard, bounce it back to your hand. So it's like a recyclable trigger also. So you keep that's where your defensive power lies. It can helps you to get offensive and defensive. Just that the thing about this that you have to kind of see situation. You have to think a lot about what you need to do next. Yeah. Most importantly is your orders. You actually have to know which one to use first. Because it says that add the effect to the back, so that means the one that you cast from your hand followed by the one in the drop zone. So so if you were to cast this, you have to retire 2 first and later call out. So the situation based where if you use this, you definitely, okay, there's no synergy between these two lah. This have to retire 2 and then this will give front row plus 10k. It's kind of weird, yeah. So it's more towards situation based. You have to see what's on your field. Then depending on what's on your field, then you proceed to use whichever order and then Alchemy Magic together with it. Yep. But like I said, this deck is more of an interesting deck. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. You can play around with it. It's not brain dead lah. Yeah, that's what I like to say. Yeah, it's not brain dead. You can think and actually do a lot of things with it lah. That's what I like about this deck. Yeah. So that's it for the Zorga deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, like, comment, subscribe. See ya. Ciao. Bye.